So morning, boss. Yeah.
Morning.
So this is Must Side Talk TV. So I was just thinking that we need to like do a documentary on like our homeless people in Manchester. And as I see you walked in the shop, I thought, you know what I mean, you might be the perfect person to give me some what you think about the situation. Now the government, Boris Johnson, said that he will offer £350 to people to take people from Ukraine in, which is suffering through the war, which we understand, and you know what I mean, it's a sticky situation. But my question is, what about people like yourself who is born here, raised in the system, worked, yeah, and then circumstances while you're homeless? Why is it that they've not offered this money to, you know what I mean, house people like yourself? Like,
well, it's charities meant to start at home, innit? And I put into the system plenty, and you know, there's enough problems here. I'm not nothing against up there.
No.
I know they're going through a hard time, and I get that. But you know, there should be. You can't help other people unless you help yourself.
no.
You know what I mean? And I need help, and no one's offering me £350 to stay in anyone's house. So.
And you were born in this
I was
country.
born, I've put into the.
You've paid tax.
Pay tax. I've done it all.
Your parents pay tax.
Yeah.
You
My
know.
granddad too paid tax.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You
They all
probably
pay tax.
fought in the war.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely did actually. Yeah. Did.
You know, it's because I'm from Jamaica, you see, so I don't really expect any special treatment because we never get any anyway. But for a person like yourself who's born here, like when I see it, like they're taking like refugees in, and you blatantly see people suffering from day to day on the street. Now, some will say, oh yeah, these people can help themselves, or they can, but how? You know what I mean? How would someone like yourself, could you explain a day-to-day basis for you? Like you wake up.
I wake up pestering the homeless. Basically, I made myself intentionally homeless by the fact of I used to live in a hostel provided by the government, and from there I was in a relationship and I moved on to her property, thinking that years last forever like you do.
Yeah.
And it broke down after a year and a half. And I went to the government for help, and he said, because you moved from a perfectly good home, what we provided, you made yourself intentionally homeless, so we've got no obligation to help you.
But that was just circumstances that got you there. You didn't, you know what I mean, like deliberately. You couldn't predict the future to know that your area was going to break up. But you have, which is just like a lot of people does. Life goes on.
Yeah.
So now you need to move on. And they're saying that they can't help you anymore.
Madness.
But this don't make sense, bro. The system doesn't make sense.
We're blocked there.
Yo, what going, father? Yeah. But so what would you got to say, like, have you got a message, what would you say to the government if you could say, like...
Just say, look a bit closer to home, and you know, there's enough pain and suffering in the smaller communities everywhere around this country to, you know, to offer some love a bit closer to home. You know, I know people are suffering out there and that, but...
And if you could get any form of assistance, health-wise, what would you like? Obviously, a house is
mental health
obvious,
issues, you know, there's a lot of mental health out here, and no one even cares. People are committing suicide, and you know, there's a lot of health issues. My friend died the other day. He literally died on the street. Saturday he died, and there was no support there for him.
Wow.
So that's just wrong in my eyes.
It's wrong, bro, in every eyes, you know what I mean? Because you didn't expect that, you know? So, when you say on the mental health issues, what do you think is causing? Do you think it's like the homelessness?
Neglect.
And then, it's the neglect. By who? By the system, or you
by
would
the
say
system,
so?
and just by themselves as well. Like, I think, like, you know, if the system give up on you, then you give up yourself pretty fast, then, don't you?
True.
You know.
But do you think sometimes we might rely on the system too much? For help to, you know, rather than trying to
I do think that, yes.
to get in, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we can be complacent, as in waiting, thinking, oh, that person's going to give us something. So have you got any form of disability,
No, I'm looking for work as we speak. Just done my CSCS card. I'm just trying to get some sort of angle to get out of the situation.
So what assistance would you need directly? Like if someone was supposed to offer you a job now, well, obviously that's obvious, and But if someone was supposed to say, okay, they're gonna give you a hand now, like help you out to like, apart from the housing situation, to give you a job, to help you to help yourself, how would they get in contact with you? How would they find you? Like, what would be the process? Like, where about the?
Yeah, round Asda, up down Oxford Road. Yeah.
Small ones, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day, yeah? Take care, bye-bye. Okay, so just round Asda and
down Oxford Road and
Oxford Road and that, yeah. And what work would you willing to do? Like, are you able to do?
I'm good at construction work. I just need an opportunity. That's I'll be happy. I'm not picky. I just need a foot in the ladder and then I'm there.
So, what would be the situation if you had walked into a job centre now and says, listen, I need a job? Why could you not get a job that way? Like, because you've not got how does it work?
I've got
an address.
An address is a big one. Address is a massive one. If you can't do an address, you can't fill the paperwork out on the computer. It's just catch-22s are everywhere. Like, if you've not got a bank account, you can't get identification. You've not got identification, you can't get this. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it, man?
It's mad, yeah.
Even though you know who you are and they know who you are,
yeah.
But yet still it's an issue for you to walk in the job centre and to get help. Because basically, if you was able to do that, you'd be able to help yourself. You wouldn't need to be struggling.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you've not got a address to put your paperwork, then everything starts there.
Yeah.
And they won't even recognise you if you haven't got an address. It's madness, bro. But it's nice speaking to you anyway.
Yeah,
I don't want to stress the situation. But what do you say your name was again?
Connor.
Connor. Okay, Connor. Yeah.
Respect.
Nice meeting you, Connor. But
Yeah,
hopefully, if anything comes forward, Connor, then I'll come and look for you, Connor. Yeah.
Yes,
All right, Connor.
respect.
Take care, man. Have a good day.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank
Take care,
you.
Connor.